Okay, today we're going to work on the triangle proportionality theorem, which says a line drawn parallel to any side of a triangle divides the other two sides proportionally. And remember, proportionally means they're going to be equal fractions. So last night you proved the triangle proportionality theorem, and tonight we want to apply that proof. So here's our first example. First we want to find A, and then we want to find B. So in order to find A, it might help if we do the two triangles. So I'm going to draw the smaller triangle and the larger triangle. I know that the smaller triangle has sides 8, 10, and 4. And I want to find the larger one. So the larger one, I know that this side is 10 plus 10, which would be 20. So this side is 20. This side is 8 plus B. And this side is A. So I want to use my proportions to do that. So I could say 10 over 20 equals 4 over A. And when I cross multiply, it's going to give me 10A equals, multiply the other way, 80. So if I divide both sides by 10, that gives me A equals 8. So I know that A equals 8. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to find B. So I could say, again, 10 over 20, because those are corresponding sides, equals 8 over 8 plus B. And I need to solve. So I'm going to cross multiply. That gives me 10 times 8 is 80. And 10 times B is 10B. Equals 20 times 8, 160. I need my B there. So if I want to solve that, I need to eliminate the 80 on both sides. So I'm going to subtract 80 from both sides. That eliminates it on the left side. So 10B equals 80. So B equals 8. So I got A equals 8 and B equals 8. So that's my answer there. I want to do the same thing here. I know my corresponding sides are 6 and 18. It might help if I draw my small triangle and my large triangle. So my small triangle, I have Y, I have 4, and I have 6. And in my large triangle, I know I have 18 on the bottom. This side right here is 10 plus Y. So that goes over here. And this side over here is 4 plus X. So I would put 4 plus X over here. So if I want to solve it using proportions, I'm going to set it up 6 over 18 equals, start here, 4 over 4 plus X. Then I want to use my cross multiply. So if I cross multiply, 6 times 4 is 24. And if I multiply 6 times X, that gives me 6X. And I multiply the other way, 18 times 4 is 72. So then I have to solve my equation just like you did last year in coordinate algebra. So I'm going to subtract 24 from both sides. It eliminates on the left. 6X equals 48. And when I divide both sides, that gives me X equals 8. So I know this value is 8. Now I also want to find Y. So in order to find Y, I'm going to say 6 over 18 equals Y over 10 plus Y. And I'm going to cross multiply. So that's going to give me 18Y equals 60 plus 6Y. And I want to get my like terms together, so since they're on different sides, I'm going to subtract them. Eliminates on the right, so that gives me 12y equals 60. Divide both sides by 12, so y equals 5. So there's my next answer. Last example. On this one, again, I see two triangles, so I'm going to draw the smaller one, and I'm going to draw the larger one. I know this leg is 4, and this leg is 3. I want to find L, and I know that the bottom leg is 12. The top leg is 4 plus n, and the hypotenuse is L plus m. So now, I see a right triangle here. Don't forget that we did the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that gives me my legs. 4 squared plus 3 squared equals c squared. 4 squared is 4 times 4. That'll be 16. 3 squared is 3 times 3. That'll be 9 equals c squared. If I add 16 plus 9, I get 25 equals c squared. So what number squared is 25? That would give me 5 equals c. So my L is going to be 5. Now it may help if I go ahead and change these in my picture. So I know that L is 5. So that's going to give me 5 plus m. And then also, I can use my proportions to find m and n. So I'm going to set up my proportions. I'm going to say 3 over 12 equals 4 over 4 plus n. So if I cross multiply, that's going to give me 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 times n is 3n. Multiply the other way, 4 times 12 is 48. So if I solve that, I need to eliminate the 12, so I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. It eliminates on the left. That gives me 3n equals 36. So n equals 12. So I know that n is 12 here in the picture. Now the last thing I need to do is find out what m is. So I'm going to find out what m is. M is going to give, I'm going to say 3 over 12 equals 5 over 5 plus m. And then they'll cross multiply. So that's going to give me 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times m is 3m. Cross multiply the other direction. That gives me 60. So if I eliminate the 15, I'm going to subtract it on both sides. It eliminates on the left. That gives me 3m equals 45. Divide by 3, so m equals 15. So I found all the values. Now I want you to continue doing this with the practice worksheet, which is the second document on today's folder. Make sure that you complete that and turn that in at the end of the day for your grade today.